Sorry. The intro is so hard for me.
know.
I'll get hopefully better at it.
One day we won't be so awkward, but just make sure that you stay tuned for our blooper reels at the end of all of our videos.
The intro. Okay, other people that make plant videos, how are you not awkward in the intro? The intro is so awkward.
Right, because it's either you're like, hey Franz, hey guys. Yeah.
Like what?
Like we do it in unison.
You guys have some ideas for our intro? Let us
Yeah.
know in the comments below.
I hate it.
I mean, we really need to work on the intro.
We really do.
Okay,
But anyway,
sorry.
Okay, moving on.
Now we just spent a minute talking about the
Our
fucking
intro. So, anyhow, we're gonna do a repot. I got 2 Hoyas recently, yesterday. Katie's like very mad at me because I just threw them in the greenhouse the way they were packaged.
In moss
Just
and saran wrap. My most hated way to send Hoyas. No, I'm not talking shit about the seller, whatever. But this is literally...
she's just mad that I didn't take it out of the saran
This
wrap.
is how I hate shipping rooted Hoyas like this. Like, I think it's horrible. Saran wrap
think
and
these are
moist.
rooted.
They're not?
I don't think so.
Oh, then that's fine. I'm still annoyed
Yeah.
because she's had these for like 36 hours and she just threw it like this in the greenhouse. Like, what? Girl, come on.
Well, I said I don't want to do this right
At
now.
least just
so I
take them out of the
threw
moss
in
and put them in water or something.
Okay, maybe. Okay, so anyhow.
I get cuttings and I soak them in water with Super Thrive, but...
I love this Hoya seller. I bought this on eBay. I won this. Look at this thing. I think I spent $46 on this. So lucky.
And then she threw in this cutting.
Yes. So that cutting is a bonus. It's a Hoya Haraku. Never heard of it. And then this is a 93027. I hate those names. But look at this. This is just so beautiful and so long. And these leaves are like succulent. They kind of remind me of Pentaphlebia, honestly.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I don't know.
Anyway.
So we're gonna do a repot and kind of tell you guys about ourselves. So you go first.
I know, I'm wondering if this should be like our first video now. We already filmed some other ones we thought maybe would be our first video.
This should be our first one. So
Maybe.
if we say in another video that it's our first video, which we do, it's not. This is our first video. So welcome to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
To the 2 most awkward Hoya girls ever.
And so I just took the moss and saran wrap off, and she was right. This is just a cutting, it has no roots, so that's fine.
That's fine.
But I still hate when Hoyas are shipped in moss. I just hate moss for one, and then when it's then wrapped in saran wrap, the moisture, it just holds on to way too much.
She hates it, I don't.
This is actually like not super wet moss.
So she's gonna hate what I'm about to do because this is the thing that I actually love to do with. Actually, I think I'm gonna.
I just
Let's
don't
repot
like
that
moss.
second.
I think moss
I'm gonna repot that second.
is just too difficult. I can't get the watering right and the amount of moisture. And I have had so many Hoyas sent to me in this same type of situation in like the summer, and I had a quincunarvia sent to me like this, and all the roots were just rotted off, just like peeled off when I unwrapped it.
I think this will have roots.
And that ended up dying. My other quincunarvias.
Yeah, this one has roots. This one has a lot of roots actually. So
Are they
I don't.
dead?
No, they're not dead. God, you're like a bitter Betty about moss.
Hate moss.
No, these roots are actually not dead. These are fine.
TBD.
What do you guys think?
It's so bright. Oh, there it goes. That's good. They're a little stringy. I'm concerned.
You're ridiculous. I don't know.
She hates when I give them the pull test.
Don't.
No, maybe they're just thinner.
They just are.
Okay, so this definitely wasn't rooted in the moss. It was just wrapped in the
Right.
moss for shipping.
And I also want to say that this seller, I have bought, this is like the 4th Hoya I
This
think
is actually
that I've
like
gotten from her.
extremely rooted.
And it's, yeah, like, look at this.
That's
I got
good.
this for $46. Like,
Was it
so
46
crazy.
bucks after
Yeah.
shipping and everything?
I think shipping was like 10, so $56. But I'm
Don't
just,
repack your watches.
yeah, don't tell Pat. I'm just putting it in leca. And don't anybody, absolutely nobody come for me. No, I'm not putting it in a net pot. I'm putting it in a mason jar just with leca in it. And I don't have a problem with this.
I do.
I never do. I knew you would say that. I never have a problem. Nothing bad happens to my Hoyas when they're like this. I have quite a few like this, and it's fine. She wants me to cut this up, actually, and kind of make it more of a full plant. Like, so maybe like right here.
Yeah. I want her to cut it in like a couple spots and then prop it in the water. That thing looks like it roots pretty easily. That's a lot of roots. I just don't like long single vines like this. I like a more full pot. So if you like cut it in a couple spots, you could have like a super cute full little.
Yeah, but then
pot.
what if it doesn't?
But I did that with one of my Sarawak cuttings, and I kind of regret it now because I don't love the way it looks. So yeah, maybe just leave it. Whatever.
But
maybe just cut the end and just like put one stem in there.
This is so beautiful.
Yeah, it's really. It does look like a Pentaphlebia.
I wanted to acclimate first, and then maybe I'll cut it up.
Yeah, I should have done that. My Sarawak is running fine, but I just kind of don't love the way it looks, actually. I love my Sarawak so much. It's one of my favorite plants, but I don't know. I kind of wish I'd left it the longer vine.
Yeah.
I tend to do that, though. When I get, like, a long cutting, I'm just like, and I just cut it into, like, a bunch of pieces and make the pot full, but sometimes the pot just looks a little, I don't know.
Yeah. So, if any of you guys know anything about Hoya 93027, let me know, like, anything about it, because don't come for us. I don't know a lot about this, but I do know a lot about Hoya in general, so I should be fine. But let's do like I wanted us to take a moment to tell you about ourselves, and yeah, so Kathleen, what is your favorite Hoya? The most dreaded question.
How dare you ask me that? Don't tell the others, but I guess I'd probably have to go with my, what do you think it is?
Hold on, let me think.
Let you guess mine and I'll try to guess yours.
That's a good idea. I think that your favorite Hoya is probably the Lacinosa, and if it's not Lacinosa, it's right now it's probably the Cadata.
Okay, are you No, she's wrong. I do love my Lacanosa. It's not my favorite. The Cadata is one of my favorites right now because it's blooming, but I have to go with my Ganungating.
Oh, duh. Oops.
I love my Ganungating. And then after that, it would be probably like my Thomsonii and my Elliptica.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Okay, if I had to say your favorites, I would say...
I need to think, actually.
She has so many that it's hard.
Yeah.
Is it your Glabra? I know it doesn't grow a lot, but the one leaf it has is so gorgeous. She doesn't even know. This is unfair. I can't have my sister.
That's why I said, wait, let me think, and then I'll tell you.
I know my least favorite. Your least favorite is probably that Diversifolia that she almost threw in the trash, and I saved it and said, don't do it, just cut it and like put it.
No, I like it.
Now it's cute, see? But it's probably not your favorite.
Like crap. For so long, I was like, I hate this. I'm getting rid of it.
Is that like one of your least favorites? And
the
maybe
Diversifolia?
She was really mad at her Linearis for a while because it wasn't growing.
I still loved it though.
And I think you like the Retusa.
Okay, I think
the Retusa hates her because she never waters it enough.
I know exactly what my least favorite is.
I know what mine is. I wonder if it's the same.
I already told you it earlier.
What is it?
You already know. I talked about this earlier. My least favorite Hoya of my collection is my Multiflora.
Oh,
because it doesn't do anything for me as in like happiness wise. Like it's cool, yeah, great, it flowers all the time, great. I sound like a stuck up Hoya person, but I'm not.
It just is like this amazing plant that grows constantly and blooms constantly.
I don't know. It
looks like an avocado tree. I love mine.
I think that's why. Like I don't the foliage, because you don't buy Hoyas for, the blooms. You buy them because the blooms are beautiful. I actually love the blooms. I've had blooms all the time. Would love it, but it doesn't. It does bloom pretty easily.
Yes.
But it doesn't bloom all the time, and the foliage is just like green thin leaves. Like, it's just not my favorite.
I think that it does bloom really easily. I actually don't love the blooms as much as some of my other blooms because I have had a few Hoyas bloom, and it's definitely not one of my favorite blooms, but I do still love them because when your Hoya blooms, you just
That's a rotten root.
can't hate it. But my least favorite would probably be, do you know what it is?
Hold on.
I have
your
talked about
least favorite is the endowensis.
Well, that's because that thing won't rut, and it only has 3 leaves. I killed one by trying to put it in when it was in moss. This is fucking why I hate moss. But that's just me hating moss. I don't actually hate the endowensis. I love the endowensis if it would rut for me. It won't rut for me. I don't know what to do. Maybe that's why people rut it in moss. But I'm not going to do that. I refuse. No, I actually think my least favorite would probably be my Curtisii. I mean, it actually does really... It actually is growing a lot, and it's really cute. I don't know why. I just don't love it, though.
Yeah, you know what's really funny about the Curtisii?
I don't know why.
So, what?
Yeah, and I fucking got that instead of that huge basket of numerarities.
That's what it was. We found a Curtisii and a huge basket of numerarities at Arium.
Botanicals in Portland.
Like a year ago.
The numerarities were like $50, and they
so
were
was
blooming.
The Curtisii.
They were full. No, the Curtisii was only $20. It was a 4-inch pot.
Oh, yes. So I was like, I'm going to get this. I love this.
So
the leaves are so beautiful.
They were blooming.
Blah, blah, blah.
They were all blooming.
And she didn't get it. And I was like, I'm going to get it. I mean, I killed that one. Because
back then, $50 for us was a lot.
Right.
Now we've done that on
we were like
cutting.
$50. I don't know. Oh my God. Now I spent $50 on this.
That's like my biggest plant regret is not getting that huge pot of blooming numerarities for $50 with no tax because Portland doesn't have tax.
Yeah.
I think about that still all the time.
This might be my favorite.
Because now I have a numerarities and it's like a tiny 2-inch pot of numerarities. It's so annoying.
Yeah. I know what my favorite is now.
Maybe that's why I hate the Curtisii because of that story. The Pentaphlebia? What?
No.
This is not your favorite over the
no,
Joy
it's not.
or the Viola?
Nope.
Viola.
No.
Is it Sunstressed?
No.
What is it?
Macrophylla Snow Queen.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I love it. It is like a prolific grower in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like outside. And I searched for it for so long.
For like months. And you finally got a good deal on a Facebook auction.
Oh, yeah. I tried to convince Urban Jungle MSP James to, do a trade with me. But I mean, honestly, now that I have one, I don't ever want to cut it. I totally understand. He was like, I don't want to cut it. And I was like, oh, okay, I totally get it. And now I have one and I'm like, I really get it. But
his is like really huge and like perfect too.
Yeah. So.
Well, I didn't think I would ever like cut my gun on, and I did. Well, I didn't cut it. It was too.
Yeah, this is a growth point too.
But still,
I love this. This is so beautiful. I love it.
I cut my Thomsonii, which is one of my favorite.
Your Thomsonii has new growth.
And I gave a cutting of it to my lips, and it died.
That was not my fault.
I think that I've decided that fuzzy Hoyas are really hard to root because I also tried to root a Calycina and it didn't take and it rotted and I lost that cutting, but then we replaced it with already rooted Calycina. Yeah. But I couldn't root the Calycina, and then I had a really hard time before we got into Leca with the Caudata rooting it. Yeah. It's fuzzy. It's kind of fuzzy. The stem is really woody now, but the new stems are really fuzzy and the new growth of the Caudata is fuzzy, and I find I don't know, I couldn't root the Caudata in anything but Leca.
Oh. Well, I mean, I killed the Caudata, so I have no
Yeah, what's the hardest one you've had to root?
My
Caudata was really hard, but then once I put it in Leca, it did amazing. The Larissa, I think we talked about that in the other video. We think the Larissa is really hard to grow, and one of the reasons is because
I think it's that. My hardest one to root was the Larissa, for sure.
The Larissa is so hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. It roots and then it rots, and so I don't know how to get ahead of that.
It's
really finicky.
I mean, you have to really know what you're doing and give it the right conditions, but
Yeah. And I've had a kind of harder time brooding Sarawak. Mine is brooding fine now. My first one. I didn't have it in a super humid environment though.
I know things have really changed for us since we got the greenhouses because it's like, it's very different. You know, I feel like our lives have become like 10 times easier now that we have like, we can mimic a natural environment for them.
Yeah.
But before it was like, I feel like our list, you know, like of favorite Hoyas would be a lot different. Because I don't think like a few months ago before I put it in the greenhouse, I don't think the Macrophylla Snow Queen would have been my favorite. I mean, theoretically, yes. But for me, it didn't do anything until I put it in the greenhouse. Till I gave it a lot of humidity, heat, light, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly, I have a lot of favorites because the greenhouse, it just makes them like all my favorite. Like the Gunung was always my favorite because we searched for it for like a year and a half.
So true.
And who has a Gunung gating and then decides they don't like it? It's impossible. I think anyone that has a Gunung gating, that's one of their top favorite plants because it's literally perfect in every single way. And so that's definitely like my number one. But then I really love my Thomsonii. I love my Elliptica. Because that's a really good grower.
Just so hard.
And I also really, really love the Quinquenervia and the I don't know how to say it, Suriojoensis.
I'd call it a Suriojoensis.
If it's veiny and sun stresses, it's a favorite.
I mean, anything that sun stresses, right? I know that's like a
we're
really loaded question.
People. We really love sun
we
stress.
Could talk for hours about our favorite plants, but
we don't have a lot of least favorites.
Yeah.
If it's a Hoya, we usually love it, except for Kiri eyes.
Yeah, so true.
We hate Kiri eyes. We kill them. Can't keep them alive. They're horrible. And I also just don't really find their foliage that cute.
But the funny part is that we used to love them until we killed all of them, and they're just like...
We literally have every single type, variegated, both variegations, inner and outer, and plain green, and you have that Revolute one that you haven't killed yet.
Yeah, but I sold it today, so I need to contact that person.
Yeah. Thank you. You're giving it a good home for the high zero.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like, I know that we get into this, like, we love Hoyas. We need to have all the Hoyas. But if you're not going to give the Hoya the love that it needs, give it to, you know, like, sell it to somebody else. Give it to somebody else that's going to take care of it. So.
Yeah. We've definitely given away a lot of Hoyas to like friends and stuff and families, and I propagated them. We just have recently gotten into actually like selling some of them.
Yeah.
Which I do actually like selling some too. It's just really hard for me because
I need a thing.
She's wrapping it in moss.
Okay. I have a reason. I'll be back.
I hate moss. It's my least favorite medium to grow Hoya. I think it's the worst. My Hoya elliptica is stuck in moss. And I hate it because I blame it for killing the endoensis because I wanted it out of moss and I couldn't get it out. No, it's the truth.
No.
And I couldn't get it out because it gets so adhered and the endoensis died. That is not a forgiving Hoya. Once you go wrong with the endoensis, it goes downhill pretty fast.
So another thing about us is that, well, I guess, I don't know. I was going to tell another fun fact, but let's repot this. Hold on. Oh, God.
Fun personal fact or fun
personal fact? Fun personal fact. We both work in vet med and have like 400 pets. Not really, but I have 6 and Katie has 5. Mm-hmm. Jasmine only has 1, but she wants to have more. Mm-hmm. She just is more responsible than us. And
yeah, well,
you know, more easy to say no.
Yeah, a couple of my pets have come from a situation where if I didn't take them, they were going to like
be euthanized, honestly. So, and I have a cat, his name is Mustard. He's naughty.
Guess who named him? The person that's wearing
Mustard. But he was a little, we found him when he was a day old at our clinic. So, you know, we just have bleeding hearts for pets, and I can't say no to any pet So neither can she. So, so this is,
The
Katie
moss
hates,
is preventing it from staying in there properly.
hates that I'm doing this, but I will tell you, it's gonna work because I've done it multiple times. And it always works. So I use the Leca just for stability, kind of. And I don't know.
Do you leave the moss in there forever, or once it has roots, you pull the moss off?
No. So I just wrap the base in moss. Then
Don't try this at home, folks.
try it. It works. I swear to God, it works. And then I put it in Leca. So I surround it in Leca, and so it's in this net pot. And I will just wet it. I won't keep water in here. I will just wet it so that the moss is wet, and it will grow roots. Watch. Today is the 16th, right, of October. Let's see what it looks like next week. I bet you it will have roots. I bet you anything.
Probably because you're going to put it in the greenhouse where everything grows roots. I hate moss. I hate it.
Moss, but I swear to you, it works. Like for this, it is really annoying to get it off.
Yeah, that's what I hate about it.
Really annoying.
Hoya's little fine roots just really adhere to it, and once they're on there, they just get really upset about you messing with them. This kind of turned into like a different type of video than the repot. I guess. Do you have anything else you need to repot? Yeah, you need to repot the Calistophylla.
Oh yeah,
I moved it over there.
I don't know if I have enough.
Her Calistophylla. Are you still gonna repot it now that you notice it has a little leaf though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is it. It is like I'm holding it by its leaf. That's how rooted it is. But it. Yeah, I have to look at it. This is.
Oh shit.
It's like.
Let me see it.
It's so rooted.
Yeah, this looks good.
I mean, it's so rooted.
And there's some like dead roots in there, but it's because it got transferred to Leca, and that's like normal.
It has dead roots? What are you talking about?
I saw some.
That is moss.
It's fucking moss. Oh my god, who would have thought?
Leave
Looking like rot.
Looking like rot. Yeah, it's not. It's moss.
Okay, there's not. Well, if you do repot your pens and Leca, and some of the roots are rotten, don't get too alarmed because they do that. When you transfer a plant from soil to Leca, sometimes those like soil roots will die off, but then the new Leca roots, like water roots, will take their place.
Yeah. I don't know.
Fucking
I guess
moss.
I should do this over here, not. Oh. Oops.
I can't believe you spilled. I usually am the spiller. Oh God, soak it up, man.
Moss. It's a multi-tool.
I love it.
It's
You
like
use it as a napkin.
Yeah. See?
That's all it's good for.
Moss is useful for rooting, and it's also useful for soaking up stuff.
I also use it in like terrariums because it really does help the humidity.
You really freaked me out earlier. She's like, I don't know what's going on with your.
No, I said that about the decii.
Oh,
That
the decii fine.
That stem on the decii looked kind of weird. Didn't it? You saw it. It looked kind of strange.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Anyway, so
I didn't
this
say it
is
wasn't
gonna-
fine. I just said it was weird. This is my problem, is that when I see like something that looks really suspicious or like rotten roots, I fucking freak out, and then I just cut all the roots off and then just reroot it. She'll see like things and she's like, it's fine, and just throw it in Leca and just keep it in.
And it's fine. And it is fine.
We're just different. I just really get really freaked out about root rot and stem rot and stuff, and then I end up dealing with more root rot and stem rot because I fucking freak out. But then I just like...
I needed more, so I had to borrow.
You were supposed to stop at that nursery to get more Leca.
I know, I forgot.
I have the biggest like bag of Leca at home. I should have brought
need to
some.
put this in though.
Sure.
Perfect. Perfect fit.
Well, you can put this one and this one now since you moved your.
Oh yeah, isn't this the cutest pot you've ever seen?
Yeah, I have my Croniana, my third Croniana Eskimo in that pot. Hopefully I don't kill this one. It's doing well. Yeah, it has a new little leaf. Two little leaves.
Yeah.
And it has, I think this is a little growth point right here.
Hopefully. Has some like, I don't know, areas that
Yeah, you need more
fell
leca.
off.
You're
I know.
This would usually be a little more full of leca, but it's okay. Oh my god.
Well, and I need to find something to put this in because
So
obviously this isn't gonna work.
Yeah, we like if she she just got these plants and she just like potted them in leca because we'll usually just pot in leca. But if one of those plants had come in soil, would you have left it in the soil or would you have put it in the leca? You transfer
Well,
more than me.
Yeah, I went on like a leca spray.
I like to leave them in
but
the
I
soil like him.
I think I would just leave it, honestly. I did do that and like just started transferring a lot of stuff to leca, but I've been leaving things in soil that come in soil.
What do you like better, leca or soil?
Leca,
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't know which one I like better. I can't decide. I definitely like rooting in leca more. I've never rooted a plant in soil. I guess technically my Rebecca and my Matilde, because you know those were very rooted.
Yeah. You know why I like leca better? You don't get soil gnats.
That's true. I don't get pests.
I don't know if you get like, I don't know if like leca gnats are a thing.
I don't think so.
But you know, you don't get the soil gnats. You can see the roots.
Yeah, I do like that.
I like that.
But I also have like my Quincnervia, my Calistophylla are in those like, not those orchid pots. They're not net pots, but they're like almost net pots, but they're clear. They're like orchid pots.
Yeah.
So you can see the roots in it. It's really nice. And it's hard to overwater because they're like net pots, but like not as wide as like this.
Yeah.
So have really good
drainage. I do like that too. I know that.
Yeah, those ones we got at Watson's.
St. Patrick's.
That's my Quincnervia and my Calistophylla are in.
Yeah, I do like that. See, orchid pots are also good for planting in soil and leca.
I even have my Mindorensis. Where's your Mindorensis, by the way?
Mindorensis over there.
I have my Mindorensis in it's in soil, like a really bark heavy soil, and it's in a net pot. I mean, sometimes it like leaks out a little, but they do well because they like drainage so much. The Hoyas.
Hi, we're making a video. You can come in.
We're making a YouTube finally.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll edit
You're
it.
fine. Yeah. I mean, all of this might get taken out because it's very off topic, but I feel good.
Okay, your Mindorensis is so much thicker than mine.
Really?
Yes, give me this.
Also, I got this for a really good deal too on a Facebook. Somebody's selling this on Facebook for $50.
And you find way better deals then.
Oh, I am like a bargain Hoya shopper, but I also will spend a good amount of money on Hoyas.
My gun on gating was a really good deal.
Yeah,
too.
it was.
And I think my Calistophylla was a really good deal.
No, it really was.
It was like $55 after shipping. It was 3 leaves.
It was really good, yeah. I agree with that, for sure.
Now, they go for, like, there was a purge, like, yesterday, and it was a cutting, and it was just $75 for cutting.
For cutting, unrooted or?
Unrooted.
Yeah, that's so
Nice.
crazy to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I
Hoya
love 'em.
prices are just kind of crazy
I've never
to me.
rooted one, so they might be harder to root.
Remember when Hoyas were cheaper? Then we always used to talk about how we're really happy that we weren't into philodendrons because philodendrons are stupidly expensive, and now like that's what Hoyas are.
I know. I still like. There's still a lot of philodendrons that are like crazy expensive too, but a lot of those plants are like big. But so we'll spend like, I mean, people will spend like hundreds of dollars on like a single gun on gating leaf.
Yeah.
And not that I don't think they should, because the gun on gating is like amazing.
Right.
But like at least when you spend like $300 on like a Monstera tie or something, it's like they're so big. Just like even one leaf is like huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do it because we don't collect aroids, but
Yeah.
so now looking at the prices, I'm like, maybe those are actually like cheaper because you get like a huge plant.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I also think that that's like a big misconception.
The prices are
though,
of
like,
all plants right now are
yeah,
a little nuts.
kind of crazy. I mean, a year ago, if you told me that I was gonna think that this was a really good deal, like it was only $46. Like we used to be like, oh,
I didn't
it's
buy
$46.
that whole huge 6-inch basket
Yeah.
of blooming numerarities for $50 because I thought that was too expensive.
Very expensive. Yeah. Now
I'm
we're like,
fast forward a year,
it's only $46.
and you're just like, that
It's
is
only $50.
probably the best deal there ever was, and it'll probably
Yeah.
never come around again, obviously. And
nope.
we're idiots.
So true.
She bought one and it died.
I wish I just would have known how to take care of it. That also is one that you like should not let dry out. But
And also, it got cold in the winter by
Yeah.
the door.
let's see.
We've made
So
a
we
lot
did
of
our-
plant mistakes. Biggest plant mistake: me not buying that numerarities and her killing her.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even know what is worse, honestly.
Not buying it.
We're killing it. I feel like killing it is
God, at
worse.
least you tried. Now you fucking just walked away from the best deal ever. I mean, obviously I
know.
didn't know. I thought at the time we didn't spend that much money on plants. We like bought like small 4-inch ones, and like we really only had like calyx and like maybe some queen or something back then.
I think we had the queen, the princess, and then like pubic calyx. Oh, and the compacta, the regular one.
And I had Shepardii.
Yeah.
It took you a while to get Shepardii.
Yeah,
She couldn't decide if she liked it.
I didn't know.
And now she like loves it because it's bloomed for her.
She was like, when we got into plants, it was because she bought a house and
I just want, like,
she wanted like outdoor plants.
Yeah.
So we went to our local like nursery and we're like, well, I want like an indoor plant because I had like an aloe and one cactus.
Yeah.
And me, her, and Jasmine.
And I had gotten a peperomia.
Yeah, we got into peperomias first, and then
I hate
she was like,
peperomia.
"I love Hoyas," and I was like, "What is this Hoya business?" Like, I don't know. I love peperomias, and then it didn't
No,
take
and
long.
calathea.
Oh, I love calathea. I still to this day love calathea. Calathea don't love me.
I have 3 calathea.
I will probably again buy a Varscovexii, which she always tells me not to because I like the 3 of them.
They're
have
impossible.
Died. They're impossible in this in the environment that we live in to keep alive. However, it's so beautiful. I feel like one day I'm just gonna get it.
They're
I'm
beautiful.
gonna get it.
They're
and
really,
it's gonna
really
stay
soft.
alive. I love it so much, but they don't love me. And
They don't love anyone.
I used to be like very into calathea. I was
Yeah,
like,
she loved calathea,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, Hoyas are
Hoya,
the best. I love
Hoya.
Hoyas. And she was like, no, calatheas are so much
Calathea.
prettier. I mean, their foliage is
So
very
true.
intense. But they're just too hard to take care of. And then we started realizing that, and then
Yeah.
we were buying more Hoyas, and then
Now we're
we
like,
were like,
Hoyas.
we don't buy any plants that aren't
Yeah.
Hoyas. I haven't bought any plant that's not a Hoya, and
Me either. Well,
Over
and
a year,
also when
probably.
we say like we then, I mean, it didn't take long. We've been into plants for like 2 years now.
2.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah, I haven't had my.
I
I
mean-
just had my 2-year anniversary, so at my house. So 2.
yeah, and it took us like I don't know a couple months to be like, oh, Hoya. Hoya is where it's at, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
And then of course they've just gotten more and more popular in the last.
which
6
is
months.
great, but it also sucks too because it makes it harder for, you know, I think local nurseries to get Hoya.
Yeah.
Like
You
it,
never see something like this at our local nurseries or like
Never.
a Calista. Well, I guess at Reclamation's the only place, but
but those are from her own collection. Oh yeah. Oh, I miss doing that. I can't wait for the pandemic to like be over because that was like our favorite thing to do. On the weekends we'd go to Portland and just like plant shop and
it was so much easier
was
then
so-
though because
yeah.
then we would be like, calyx, queens, obavatas, and we just like obavata was like my wish list plant for a while.
Yep.
Now we have like multiple.
Now all the common ones we already have.
It's really hard now, but we get, well, we still love the common ones, so we have multiple. Like I have multiple, we have multiple obavata. You just got another one.
Yeah.
And we have multiple, I just got another Bella. My mom got it for me. I do love Bella, and Bella's bloom for me really easily.
Yeah.
Well, now I just want all my plants to bloom.
Yeah, now you have like the blooming bug. I don't care about blooms, but
I love them blooming.
Maybe that's
I have had my Bella bloom, my Schippertii bloom, my Lacanosa blooms all the time. My Bella and my Lacanosa bloom constantly. My House Kiliana blooms a lot. It's blooming again.
Yeah.
My Caudata is about to bloom. Can't wait for that. My Multiflora blooms all the time. And then my Matilde and Rebecca have peduncles but haven't bloomed.
Yeah, I have an Eskimo that has a peduncle, but I don't know. And my
I want my Matilda to bloom.
yours also. I know that you're gonna say yes, but my Polynera, your Polynera.
Oh, my Polynera is about to bloom.
Yeah, mine is not, but it has peduncle.
Mine's budding. I never thought it would actually do anything because it's had like 3 peduncles, but it has 2 peduncles. Only one of them is budding, but it is budding, and also my Calycina is budding.
Yeah,
I should have a lot.
I bring plants back from death. Katie just gets them to bloom.
She brings them back from sticks. Have you checked your Numularides for peduncles though? Because I heard they like to bloom in the fall.
Oh. No.
I keep checking mine, but mine's like
I don't think it's gonna bloom.
this big. It's tiny.
Because
I didn't buy that huge one for $50. Regrets.
For $50.
That's a big.
I don't think it's gonna bloom. But
I don't know. Apparently they bloom in the fall. And so do Polynera. Have you checked your Polynera?
Yeah.
I keep checking my Linearis because apparently Linearis like to bloom when it's colder too, but my Linearis doesn't have anything.
This is a cutting that's not doing anything.
One from one of the
Me.
See, I know this is why we don't propagate in soil that often. I don't think it works so good.
I don't either.
I know,
but maybe if I rooted it in moss, it would do something. Did you guys know that
the rest of it feels really good.
That Pubera or also Numularides sun stress? Did you guys know that?
Go get yours. It's pretty.
Because I found that out.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have any peduncles. Lame. Mine doesn't either. I keep checking it. I can check my. I check my Linearis like all the time. I want it to bloom spot. I don't know. This feels really good.
Yeah. I love the Numularides. I used to have like a really huge leaf. Like it was so big and it was like curling. It was so beautiful.
Don't talk about it.
I know, it's like hurtful.
Let's see all the Hoyas that we've killed. Ooh. We've killed less Hoyas than we've killed Calathea and Peperomia.
Truth.
I cannot keep a Peperomia alive. She actually still has a lot of Peperomia.
Yeah, oh wait, behind us.
And she still has quite a bit of Calathea. I only have 3 Calathea left.
Don't look at that one.
Where are I don't have my glasses on. Is that your Orbifolia up there?
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 Orbifolias and they actually look pretty good.
And the Rhubarb I love.
Yeah, I gave my Rhubarb that was sticks to my friend and now it's a huge, beautiful plant, so. We're getting very off topic here.
Yeah.
Now it's just us rambling to no one.
Anyhow, now you guys know us a little bit better. And we did some repotting and stuff, and we will have a couple videos and just kind of let us know what you like, what you don't like, and what you want to see and what you don't want to see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye.
Jasmine didn't say goodbye.
Maybe. Oh, and it didn't work.
That thing.
Bye.